My father took my brother, my mother took my sister, and I was left in state custody. Years later, they all wished to return to my life. They abandoned me when I was just 8 years old. Not a stranger, not an accident, but my own family, my parents, my brother, my sister, they simply left. And 2 decades later, when they came knocking, expecting to find the same desperate little girl, they were in for the shock of their lives. My name is Goldie, and today, at 32, I own an art gallery in downtown Chicago, a place where emerging artists find their voice. But 24 years ago, I was just an 8-year-old girl watching my entire world splinter into pieces. My dad took my brother, my mom took my sister, and nobody, absolutely nobody, took me. After 2 decades of silence, they all suddenly wanted back into my life, expecting to find that same desperate, abandoned child. But that little girl? She's long gone. In her place stands a woman who built herself from the ground up, brick by painful brick. Because trust me, this journey, it gets intense. Before everything shattered, we were, by all accounts, a normal family. A brick ranch house in suburban Chicago. A tire swing my dad hung from the massive oak in the backyard. I can still close my eyes and see the evening sun filtering through those leaves, casting dancing shadows on our small lawn, where our golden retriever, Rusty, would chase us in endless circles until we collapsed in giggling heaps. Pure, unadulterated joy. My dad, Jack, was a construction contractor. Tall, broad-shouldered, with hands rough from years of labor. He smelled like sawdust and mint gum, a comforting scent when he'd scoop me up for a hug. My mom, Diane, a part-time nurse, had this infectious laugh that would start soft and build until her whole body shook with it. Her dark blonde hair was always in a practical ponytail, but sometimes she'd let me brush it out at night, counting 100 strokes just like princesses in my storybooks. My brother Noah was 2 years older, 10 when our world imploded. He was my protector, the one who taught me to ride a bike, running alongside me until I found my balance, then cheering wildly when I finally pedaled on my own. He'd recite baseball stats to me, and even though I rarely understood them, I understood the pride in his voice. And then there was Sophie, my little sister, just 6 when our family fractured. Wispy blonde curls, always following me everywhere. I'd read her bedtime stories, making different voices for each character until she drifted off, her worn, stuffed elephant, Ellie, clutched tight in her arms. One ear threadbare from constant handling. Our home wasn't fancy, but it was ours. My bedroom ceiling glowed with stick-on stars. My own private galaxy I'd stare at while falling asleep. The kitchen had yellow curtains Mom sewed herself and mismatched chairs Dad had rescued and refinished. Sundays meant pancakes. Dad at the stove, flipping perfect golden circles. Mom slicing fruit. Noah, my co-conspirator, sneaking chocolate chips into the batter when Dad wasn't looking, Sophie giggling in delight. And me? I was in charge of setting the table, placing each fork and knife with such care, feeling so grown up with my full story video added in below.